We're fishing on a Cape Cod today. I'm really excited. Gary and I made the trip up yesterday. Occasionally we get to come up here and fish with Captain Jimmy with On Time Charters. So we're waiting on a good bite. Y'all stay tuned. Once again, we're in the great state of Massachusetts. There's so much history up here. The Cape was originally discovered 500 years ago by Leif Erikson. Since that time, it's become a tourist destination. There's great sport fishing in Cape Cod. There's also Nantucket and Martha's Vineyard. There's over 500 miles of coastline, which gives rise to 18 beautiful lighthouses. This is a great area to come visit.
My name is Demetrios. Everybody calls me Jimmy though, which is equivalent to Demetrius in English, as all know me as Jimmy the Greek. I have a passion for fishing, and the ocean always fascinated me. My whole family immigrated here in 1970. We came the right way too, by the way. And I've been here since. I was 15 years old. We're trying to get some mackerel for bait. Those are the Atlantic mackerel. They grow up to about 1.5 pounds, 12 to 16 inches. And those are the ones that we want, the big horse mackerel, we call them. The conditions are not very good to go anywhere else find them, so we're gonna be confined in this area, trying to see if we get some bait and then go and fish.
That's a big one.
Beautiful. That's a good size, perfect. Gently, you gotta put this through the eyes. All right, now I twist the line, put the hook under, center it, and off he goes. Look at him, happy as can be. Oh, he looks good. Look at him.
So 700-pound fish, but we're using a 150-pound line. What's up with that?
Well, you can go to heavier line, but then you have a lot of disabilities. You have the current resistance. You don't fish your baits effectively. The current takes the line. When you're using heavier line, it becomes much more visible to the fish. They can see it a lot easier. So we got to put one at meat depth. We're 100 feet. 91 feet, actually. I'm going to put another bait down about 50, 60 feet. And then I'm going to put one more near the bottom. That way we cover the whole column. I'll wrap this up with a weight, 10-ounce weight, about 30 feet away from the bait. Now I got to measure 50 feet to the weight and drop it down. I use these sliders. That way, if we get a bite, you can actually crank the line in all the way to the weight, and this will just slide. Actually, it's plastic. It has a slot here. You put your line through and twist this, it locks in. And when you want to take it out, you twist this back and you slide it out. So we're going to put a balloon on these right now. There. I'm going to slide this on the line and just let it sit there.
So the reason I always like to come back to Cape Cod is because these bluefin tuna are unbelievably powerful. It's an adrenaline dump when you catch one of these things. I caught one with Jimmy, what, was it 5 years ago, 4 or 5 years ago? We caught a nice one, about 300 pounds.
Well, no, the year before last, because last year we we had the hurricane that came through, so we had to cancel the whole thing.
Jimmy goes, we can go, we can go. I was like, dude, there's a hurricane coming.
Yeah, well, I thought we could actually beat it and get at least 1 or 2 days out of the 3 days, but when realized that it's going to be right on your dates, I said, forget it. So we had to call it off. So we'll continue where we left over the year before. Bo got one that it was about 500 pounds, and he fought it standing up.
It's Patrick. Yeah, I'm on the 36 Albemarle at the Yellow Hull. Yeah, I'm just making my way in.
All right, I'll put the gear in and head your way. I'll go over there.
Hey, thanks, Jimmy. Appreciate it.
All right, let's move, guys.
Somebody Jimmy knows called a nice bluefin tuna. They need a blocking tackle to get it through the door, so we're heading over that way. See what we do.
That's all right, leave it. It's all right. Watch that rod, swing it out. Watch that, just swing it. All right, nice fish.
It was pretty good up there this morning.
Really?
It's like 3 fish got around us. Live squid at 100 feet. Smoked it.
Take that little rope and tie it right on in the mouth. If you can put it through. All right, stop pulling it. There you go. You got him. You better get yourself one. I'm gonna back into you slowly. Give you that bucket. Put a little bit of water in and throw a few squid in there. Thank you, buddy.
Got it. Thank you, brother.
All right, good luck with the fish.
Thank you, guys.
All right. So we pulled up anchor. We had a guy who needed a blocking tackle. They had about a 600-pound bluefin tuna. They gave us 3 live squid, so we're putting those on the line, putting them out. Hopefully we'll get lucky.
You know Grafton Dermatology as one of Louisiana's premier skincare and skin cancer treatment centers. Grafton Dermatology will bring your beautiful body to its healthy fullest. Grafton Dermatology provides advanced treatment for all skin conditions, repairing, healing, enhancing. Grafton Dermatology, defining healthier skin and beautiful bodies for over 15 years.
In Louisiana, we have some of the best fishing in the world. And in Toledo Bend, we have the best fishing in Louisiana. This 185,000-acre lake was voted the #1 bass lake in the nation for 2 years running. And with dozens of waterfront resorts and marinas, you can stretch out your stay as long as you like, or at least as long as your casting arm holds out. It's true, you can fish pretty much anywhere, but you'll catch fish in Louisiana. Plan your trip to Toledo Bend Lake Country today at louisianatravel.com.
Keep on Casting is sponsored by the Prop Shop. We are more than just props.
Today is day 2. Yesterday we didn't connect with tuna. We got different species. Variety. It was exciting, but we got to catch that big Charlie today.
We got confidence in Captain Jimmy.
Thank you.
He's going to put us
you.
on him.
We're going to try a different area today. Yesterday we fished north of Provincetown. Today we're going south of Provincetown. We're actually going to be fishing outside of Chatham. Yesterday we were right here. You can see that track line. Today we're going to be fishing in this area, which is just outside of Chatham. This particular area right here, actually, that's Monomoy Island. This is where all the seals are. All right, so let's get going, guys.
Let's get him.
Let's see if we can find them today.
We left the marina this morning. We decided to go for fluke and sea bass, and Captain Jimmy brought us to see the beautiful island of Nantucket.
Devices that you see here, they actually have sensors. And as you can see how close they are, they detect gray whites that the government already have tagged with tracking devices. And they notify them when they're close to the beach looking for the seals to warn the people swimming, not necessarily here, a little farther to the north off the beach.
So if the lines get caught in a prop, Gary's going to get them out, right?
That's just a small amount of seals here. You can see the new pups. There's the reason why there's so many gray whites come here every year. And every year more and more show up, believe it or not. Right here. Look at them all. Unbelievable amount of seals.
So what we're doing right now, we're catching a couple of bluefish. It's good tuna bait. Trying for a big bluefin.
If it's a striped bass, you're gonna release it. They have to be 28 inches anyway before you can take them. We gotta release them, guys. They're small stripers to rod in there. Small bass. You can't take them anyways. Bye. You see birds? That means there's fish around. Chasing the bait to the surface and the fish capitalize. We got one on. There you go, bud.
You want to reel it in, Brad?
Didn't take long. I hope it's a bluefish that we want. We need 2 or 3 of them for bait and we'll go. Stripers. They're a little bigger than before, but still, you can't take them. Oh, one got off already. And this one. All right, we gotta go, guys. See if we can get a bluefish there. If not, we gotta go.
So it's day 2. We stopped and saw the seals on the way out. We tried to catch a few bluefish close, but didn't have any luck. So we're out here on the tuna grounds and got some sabiki rigs going, catching some nice mackerels. Got some good live bait.
Si toi tu plantes une mauvaise graine, mon nez, tu recevras une mauvaise herbe, mon nez. Et si tu craches dedans l'air, mon nez, ça va tomber dessus le bout de ton nez. Ça me fait parler, c'est la vie. Ça me fait chanter, c'est la vie. Ça me fait respecter.
Pretty close. We want this is the perfect. Put one more up on the surface. Boom, help them out. Put the live baits in here. Gotcha. And if you get some up, don't take them out of the water. Leave them in the water till he's all clear.
That's good. Just hold it right there.
Those are nice. Those are the ones. Kite is to get your bait up on the surface and you completely disguise the hook, the line, and all your terminal gear. The fish from the bottom, as they see the bait, they don't see no line, they don't see nothing. All they see is the fish fluttering on the surface. They think it's trying to escape predators, they just simply come up and eat it. That's how you want them to do. You want them to be on the surface. It's just like that. Perfect. I'm Captain Genie Greek. Stand by, we'll be right back.
Skin cancer is the most common cancer in the United States. In fact, more skin cancers are diagnosed each year than all other cancers combined. Most skin cancers are caused by too much exposure to the sun. The good news is that you can do a lot to protect yourself. Catch skin cancer early so that it can be treated effectively. Finding it early is the best way to make sure it can be treated with success. Call Grafton Dermatology for a consultation.
Latour Golf Club, the region's leading residential golfing community, is nestled amid beautiful landscaped greens and peaceful lakes. The 18-hole 72-par course was designed by PGA Tour champion David Toms. Golfers can enjoy the fully stocked golf pro shop, driving range, and putting greens. The family can also enjoy Latour Bar and Grill, which offers delicious cuisine. The Bayou region's premier golfing community. Live the life with Latour.
Keep On Casting Cooking is brought to you by Rouse's. Fresh food, fresh daily. All right guys, today we're gonna cook a tortilla soup. My mom found this recipe probably 20 years ago and brought it home to us kids, 5 of us in the family. She made it, she said, look guys, it's gonna look gross, but you're gonna love it. Well, she almost had to beg us into taking a bite of it, and it was great. So since then, we've all enjoyed this. It's a great recipe. It's easy to do. When you're at the hunting camp, you wanna come in, you wanna be able to warm something up really quick for lunch, and also come in the evening, warm something up really quick. You don't have a lot of time to cook. So this is a great recipe for the hunting camp. Hope y'all enjoy it. All right guys, so the first thing we wanna do is go ahead and light the fire, get the pot going. We're gonna put a couple of tablespoons of vegetable oil in there. And we always like to use a little Gidry seasoning. You can find this in the South anywhere. If not, it's your Trinity. It's green onions, regular onions, celery, a little bit of garlic. So you want to cook this down, more or less saute that until the vegetables get kind of wilted. And then we're going to start adding our other ingredients. All right folks, so we got the vegetables cooked down. First thing we're going to add, 2 14-ounce cans of chopped tomatoes. Go ahead and stir that in. Next, we'll add some Rotel. 2 cans of Rotel. Go ahead and stir that in. You want 2 or 3 cans of tomato soup. So we're gonna add 2 teaspoons of cumin powder. My buddy always told me that's a teaspoon right there. Just what'll fit in the palm of your hand. Good. Gonna add some lemon pepper, about 2 tablespoons of lemon pepper. Next we're gonna add some jalapeno peppers. And for this, you can use fresh jalapeno peppers. So like I said, the recipe that we're gonna post is gonna be a little bit hot. You probably wanna back off on that a little bit. It calls for 6 tablespoons of Tabasco. We're just gonna guess. We'll stop at 5. Then we're gonna add Worcestershire. Can't go wrong with that. About 4 tablespoons. And we'll add a little salt. 2 tablespoons of salt. And like I said, you can modify this recipe a good bit. The original recipe is hot, so you gotta watch it a little bit. Tone it down just a little bit for the kids. And right now it's really thick. The last thing we want to add is chicken broth. And chicken broth, you can add pretty much anything. You can put that in your spaghetti, your gumbo, whatever. Makes everything good. 36 ounces of chicken broth. That's 32 right there. We're gonna add a little bit more. Good. So when you're sauteing the vegetables, you want to put it, about mid-level heat so you can get those vegetables cooked down. You got to keep stirring so they don't stick to the bottom of the pan. And now that we got all the ingredients in, we're going to cut it down just a little bit. We want it to boil. Once it starts boiling, you can put it on simmer and just keep that going, like I said, for about an hour. Then we're going to add the chicken and be ready to go. So like I said, we learned some shortcuts as we get older. And one is we take a rotisserie chicken from Rouse's, and I'm just going to debone this chicken, chop it up real fine, and you can't tell the difference. It's good. So we got our chicken all chopped up, and we've been cooking the soup down for about an hour. We're gonna go ahead and add the chicken to it, and it won't be long before we eat. So we got the chicken added. Stir that in real good. And that is all the ingredients that are required, short of the final preparation, which is putting it in a bowl, adding a few key ingredients, which we'll show you. And once again, I'm gonna tell you, It doesn't look good, but it tastes great. So the final ingredients for the tortilla soup, we're gonna chop up an avocado. I got it peeled already. There's 3 things you wanna add at the end. Avocado, grated cheese, and corn chips. That's it. You mix it up. Once again, it don't look pretty, but it's good. So y'all come eat. Perfect. Awesome. You can find this recipe and more at keeponcastingtv.com.
Skin cancer is the most common cancer in the United States. In fact, more skin cancers are diagnosed each year than all other cancers combined. Most skin cancers are caused by too much exposure to the sun. The good news is that you can do a lot to protect yourself. Catch skin cancer early so that it can be treated effectively. Finding it early is the best way to make sure it can be treated with success. Call Grafton Dermatology for a consultation.
In Louisiana, we have some of the best fishing in the world. And in Toledo Bend, we have the best fishing in Louisiana. This 185,000-acre lake was voted the #1 bass lake in the nation for 2 years running. And with dozens of waterfront resorts and marinas, you can stretch out your stay as long as you like, or at least as long as your casting arm holds out. It's true, you can fish pretty much anywhere, but you'll catch fish in Louisiana. Plan your trip to Toledo Bend Lake Country today at louisianatravel.com.
Closed captioning provided by Humdinger Lures, the bass catchingest lures on the planet. So this is a big current change right here. We're going to try and catch a few bluefish. This is where the current from the bay meets the current from the ocean. This is the tip of the Cape right out here. To see something like this, you usually got to be pretty offshore in Louisiana, but it's definitely a different place. Ooh, I'm coming in with another fish. I got 2 fish.
Another pollock, 2 pollocks. If you want to keep them, throw them in the boat. If not, let them go. You got 2 of them. Hey, look what they're eating. Look.
Yeah.
That's what they eat. Quick. I'm saving this for tomorrow in case we'll go fluke.
Fluke like regurgitated squid. I think I'll keep this one because I think he's stabbed in the eyeball. That's what I'm talking about. We got plenty to eat. I sent you some company over there, Fred. Dr. Fish, OBGYN. Hooked up. Got a hammer here, boys. Woo! That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, I think that's a good one.
That's a nice spot.
Good.
Bring him in. That's definitely a legal fish. That's illegal.
Pretty fish right there.
That's a good eating fish too.
Sweet.
All right.
This is fun.
That's a good fish you got there.
Really? I can't wait to go back to Louisiana and show Roach how to squid jig.
Pollock. Hey, the teaser. There you go, you got it.
Now, pollock are good to eat?
Yeah, they're good. There's 3 different species, all live in the same exact area, same environment, and they pretty much eat the same food. This is a pollock. Pollock is not as desirable, it's considered as not as desirable. The meat is a little darker, not as white as the haddock and the cod. The codfish actually has a little sweeter taste than the haddock, some people believe. I like the haddock better. They're much cleaner. The codfish have some worms sometimes in their body, which they're not harm. They wouldn't harm you. They just don't look desirable to eat them. That's why they're always fillet them, and they pick through the meat and take them out. Once you take them out, you don't see them, that's fine. But the haddock, very rarely you will find them in them.
I don't know what I have on here. We reeling up the lines, getting ready to head home. I dropped down, hook something big.
Something big bow.
So I hope it's a 14-pound fluke, huh, Jimmy?
I doubt it.
Hooked sideways. Yeah.
Nice codfish, foul hooked.
Foul hook
Look at that.
more exciting.
It's all right. It's a nice size. It's a keeper.
Well, folks, we had a great time out here fishing with Captain Jimmy. He knows every place out here. We caught some awesome codfish. We fished for bluefin tuna. Had an awesome experience doing that. I want to thank Fred Fish. Thanks for coming. Colin Fish. And also Captain Jimmy. So y'all, if y'all come up here to Cape Cod, you can always look for a good time. As always, we want to thank our military. You got anything to say, Jimmy?
Keep on casting.
So Boudreaux and Thibodeau, they're hanging at the local bar. And every now and then, Thibodeau keeps looking down at his pocket. He looks, he look up, he looks, he look up. Boudreaux said, Tib, what's the problem? He said, you keep looking in your pocket. He said, well, Boudreaux, he said, I got me a picture of my wife in my pocket. And he said, you know, when it starts to look good, I'ma know it's time to go home.
Moi je travaille toute la semaine, oui c'est juste pour faire de l'argent. Tout ce travail prend tout mon énergie. Oui tout le temps s'entend quand j'ai envie d'un bon boisson. La bonne musique pour plaisir de l'esprit. Oui quand je me sens paré.